This year's celebration of women's equality is tomorrow, Friday, August 26th. It commemorates the passage of women's suffrage in the U.S. The date was selected back in 1972 to commemorate the certification of the 19th Amendment to the Constitution, granting women the right to vote back on that day in 1920. Joining us here to talk about that and the importance of the day is Deb Brossett, a member and former state president of the GFWC Rhinelander Women's Club. Thanks so much for coming in to visit with us today, Deb. Could you just tell us why this is so important? This is an issue that you've been passionate about. What do young women need to know today? They might, in order to pause and think about it for a moment.
Well, when I was the state president of GFWC Wisconsin, my theme was Roots and Wings. I felt it was important that our club members, women across the state, understood our history and the critical role we played as GFWC clubs in obtaining the right to vote. And so when young women take that for granted, they just need to go back and read about the Night of Terror, November 14th, 1917, where 33 women were beaten and force-fed for our right to vote. And I mean, that's something a lot of people are not aware of, but there are other efforts that you go through, still, even though you're not acting as a president right now, you're still actively engaged. You've just been back from a trip. Could you tell us about that? Yes, I will. I'm part of the GFWC Board of Directors, and so 168 of us gathered in Washington, D.C. this past weekend, and we took a field trip to Lorton, Virginia. The Occoquan Workhouse was located in that area, and that's where the Turning Point Suffragist Memorial is located. And it's called Turning Point because of that critical point in history where Woodrow Wilson had jailed these women and then decided to let them out and support that right to vote. But so, you did something specific. You were able to go there and money was donated so that you were able to take part in a procedure? Yes, the state of Wisconsin had donated over $5,000. We had our name on a couple of places in the wall, on the wall, And so we were there. We got to just experience that. It's statues of Alice Paul, Carrie Chapman Katz, and just from experiencing that, what was that like for you? Was that, I imagine it must have been emotional, but any other words? It was a dream come true for me because it was something we had strived to support during my administration, and it really brought back all the memories and things that the General Federation of Women's Clubs have done over the years. And there are women out there right now, I know you still want to impact, and there's always opportunities to get involved. What would someone need to do if they wanted to join your club or find out more information? We have a Facebook page, so GFWC Rhinelander Women's Club. There is also a club in the Lakeland area GFWC. So you can find us on Facebook, both those clubs. We have brochures out at the public library. Any phone number or anything specific? Well, Cindy Gall, I think that our PR gal had provided you with a phone number for Cindy. Well, we'll get all that information out there for our viewers, and we'll be back with more news and information after this. Thanks so much for joining us and coming in. Thanks for having me. Thanks.